Hello friends, how are you all? Hope everything's good with you. Loveu, Ashraf here. So for today's video, we'll travel around the world again and let's visit the best countries to live in 2021. Hope you enjoy our travel for today. And I just want to let you know that the music played is a no copyright music played by and arranged by me from Loveu, Ashraf. So hope you like our videos for today. So we will travel to Denmark, Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Finland, New Zealand, Belgium, Japan, and Austria. Thank you all so much for watching and thank you all for your support. See ya! Denmark. Denmark has been named the world's best country to live in for both business and life by CEO World Magazine. Denmark wins for its healthcare services, clean environment, and affordable housing and living cost. Is it expensive to live in Denmark? Denmark is an expensive country, but the standard of living is among the highest in the world. A rough estimate of your overall monthly living cost in Denmark would amount to 750 to 900 euro monthly. Living in Copenhagen is more expensive than in the smaller cities and may go as high up as 1,200 euro per month. What is good salary in Denmark? A person working in Denmark typically earns around 40,600 Danish krone per month. Salaries range from 10,300, the lowest average, to 181,000 Danish krone. The highest average actual maximum salary is higher. This is the average monthly salary including housing, transport, and other benefits. Canada. Canada has a well-deserved reputation for being one of the friendliest places on earth. Not only that, but it's also considered to be one of the safest places to live. If you're looking for the benefits of moving or immigrating to Canada, you won't have to look very far. Is it expensive to live in Canada? It can be moderately expensive to live in Canada. Household costs, for example, can take up half of your take-home pay. Whether you are paying a mortgage or renting, the cost-lies expense in Canada is typically housing and utilities. Rent prices vary depending on the type of house you have and the location. Is Canada safe to live in? Canada is a safe place and a home for people who aren't Canadian citizens. It is uncommon for immigrants to commit crimes in a foreign compared to people that were there before them. United States of America. Is USA a good country to live? Then yes, by all means, America is a wonderful place to live in. Yes, let me be clear that with all things considered, the United States is magnitudes better than the most countries and has always had a secure spot in the world's top 10 standards of living. Is it expensive to live in USA? The cost of living in the US is on the rise as time goes on. It is estimated to be more than doubled in the last 3 decades. Despite the rising expenses, the US is not the most expensive country in the world. It is far cheaper than in several European cities. What is a good salary in the US? $50,000 average yearly income is good enough for people living in more rural areas. And in the urban area, it ranges from $70,000 to $150,000. United Kingdom. The Better Life Index has described the UK as one of the best among developed countries for quality of life. The UK is one of the best places to live and work, or so says the Organizations for Economic Cooperation and Development, who has released a report on how well-being has been affected by the financial crisis. Is living in the UK good? Putting London aside, England has a pretty good cost of living compared to the other major European countries. And the farther north you go, the cheaper it gets. Like any country, some regions are more expensive than others. For example, housing prices in southern England drive up to the cost of living there. Is UK a good country to immigrate? The quality of life is deemed excellent. It's a multicultural society and is highly tolerant of people from all backgrounds and lifestyles, and crime rates are low. But the UK was recently given the title of the most crowded country in Europe. Finland. Is it hard to immigrate to Finland? Anyone who fulfills the requirements of the Finnish Immigration Office can immigrate to Finland. The most difficult task is to find a job and get a work permit. For example, as a nurse or a doctor, you have good chances to get a vacancy in Finland. As a salesman, the chances are lower. Is it safe to live in Finland? Finland is regarded as one of the safest countries in the world. Is healthcare free in Finland? Public healthcare in Finland is not free, though charges are very reasonable. Public healthcare is the responsibility of municipalities and is primarily funded by taxation. It is also funded by patient fees. Does Finland accept immigrants? Immigration to Finland is the process by which people migrate to Finland to reside in the country. Some, but not all, become Finnish citizens. New Zealand. Is New Zealand a good place to live in? The quality of life in New Zealand really has very good compared to many other countries, and the pace is relatively relaxed. New Zealanders have a strong work ethic but also believe in having a good work-life balance. Is it expensive to live in New Zealand? The average cost of living in New Zealand is not so attractive. In fact, a family of four spends around $6,000 to $8,000. It is equivalent to $3,600 to $4,800 US per month. Is healthcare free in New Zealand? New Zealand residents and some work visa holders benefit from a public health system that is free or low cost, thanks to heavy government subsidies. New Zealand residents can choose to take out medical insurance for private health care, although many New Zealanders do not offer this additional cover. Belgium. Is Belgium a good place to live and work? With many global companies and large international institutions based in the country, Belgium is a good place to find a job and attracts many high-skilled workers. Belgium is a very family-friendly country to live in. It has a good educational, healthcare, and cultural facilities in all the main cities. Belgium is generally quiet, a safe place to live. Brussels has many municipalities popular with young families, and the city has some of the best international schools. Is it expensive to live in Belgium? The cost of living in Belgium is relatively high, but is still considered affordable, including the cost of living in Brussels when compared to some of its neighbors. Though the cost of living in Belgium is definitely up there, it is nowhere near as expensive as some other Western European countries. Is healthcare free in Belgium? As public healthcare in Belgium is subsidized rather than free, many residents choose to take out a private insurance policy to top up their state coverage, as well as give them access to private healthcare treatment. Japan. If you want to live anywhere near a city center in Japan, you can expect to shell out big bucks for rent. The cost of living in Japan has long been one of the highest in the world, and although the country has become more affordable in recent years, it's still not a cheap place to call home. Japan has a reputation for its high living cost, especially Tokyo, which annually makes it into the list of the world's top 10 most expensive cities. Like most major cities in the world, rent tends to make up a large chunk of living costs in Japan, followed by car ownership and transport. Can I live in Japan permanently? The standard rule to qualify for the permanent residence visa is to have lived in Japan consecutively for 10 years. Moving to Japan worth it? Yes, it is a great time to move to Japan. Japanese society is very polite and a great place to live. In fact, there are many Indians now living in Japan, and many have PR or have taken citizenship. Many have their own businesses. Is it hard to immigrate to Japan? Japan has made it difficult for foreigners to settle in the country. It has imposed complex tax structures, like a steep inheritance tax that applies to even short-term foreign residents. Austria. Is Austria a safe country to live in? It is a clean, safe country in which to live. There is little crime in country areas. The hotels, restaurants, and tourist attractions are invariably spotless. The lakes and rivers are maintained at drinking water quality. Is it hard to live in Austria? Housing is challenging to find. There are several different types of housing in Austria, such as houses in the mountains, studio flats, apartments, wood-built lodges, and cottages. However, it's hard to find a place to live in Austria, especially in densely populated cities. Is it expensive to live in Austria? The cost of living in Austria varies significantly between different provinces and cities. In general, Vienna and Innsbruck are consistently ranked the most expensive cities in Austria. So that's it for today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support. Hope you enjoy our travel for today. And if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever we post our new video. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for your support. See you. Bye for now.